Map dowsing is really quite a straightforward process, and what I'm going to show you today is two simple ways, two slightly different ways to use a pendulum and a map to locate basically anything you want. That's coming right up. Hello there, my name is Tim Walter. I'm a house healer and an alternative life coach. Welcome to the channel. This is where we work in particular with our intuition, with our subjective aspect of reality. And I share with you the way that I work with it in my house healing work so that you can work with your subjective, subtle energies in your world to bring about well-being. We work with things like meditation, mindfulness, and dowsing. Dowsing in particular is a great framework for harnessing intuition. And today what we're looking at is a little bit of map dowsing. All dowsing fundamentally is the same process. And if you have watched any of the other videos on the channel, in particular where I show you how I work with a floor plan of somebody's house in order to start to gather information about what is affecting them in the subtle realms, then you will see now, as we look at this map, that there are terrific similarities between the way that I work in the house healing and doing a little bit of basic map dowsing. So let's kick off and start with the fact that clearly we're using a pendulum. This is not an instructional video on how to use a pendulum. If you want to see one of those, then please click on the link which is showing in the corner of screen. So there are two basic principles, two ways of map dowsing, of working with a map. Now this is a little section of an ordnance survey map of the area where we live. And what I'm going to do is just to demonstrate how one way of working with the map is to use your finger as a pointer, and what will happen is that the pendulum will give a positive response when the finger hits the point that we're looking for. Okay, so dowsing is fundamentally about using your intuition and connecting to whatever it is you're looking for. In this example, and it is only an example, I'm going to dowse using the illustration of looking for this house where we are sitting right now. And this is a standard ordnance survey map. So what we would do, use the finger, or you can obviously use a pen if you want to be more accurate. We would place it, and we're going to travel either in the axis going that way, the horizontal axis, and then in the axis going vertically. So in that way, we're looking for guidance from the pendulum, and we will find the point on the map where we are. Now, this is for illustrative purposes only, right? So I'm going to keep my eyes open and I'm going to show you what happens. So first off, this is the process that you might use if you were looking for a lost person or a lost object or a lost pet. So here we go then, finger there, and we come along this way. Until we're told to stop. And then we would take the other axis and go, and then told to stop. As simple as that. And that is, of course, where we are now. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. You just follow the axes, the horizontal axis and then the vertical axis. All the time you're focusing on what it is you're looking for. The other way of doing it is to use a pendulum. And now, as some of you will know, I tend to have them in a search position. They're searching, and what I would want it to do is to change to actually look for and indicate where the thing is that I'm looking for. So in other words, the direction of swing would change. Now at the moment it's still going around in a circle, and here we go, there we go. So there that has now got to a point where it is showing a direction. Now, you know, if I didn't know what I'm looking for, then I don't know whether it's indicating this way or that way. So what I would do is I would ask, so again, I'll start it swinging in my search position and then ask, should I be looking in this direction? And that's going to say no. There you go. Should I be looking in that direction? And then that's going to say yes. So we're going to look in that direction. And obviously, again, it's an example. So for the sake of speed of the demonstration, we're going to set it in the search position, and really you can use it in the search position. And I'm just going to move in that sort of axis and basically wait until I get over the point of which, and there we go. So there we go. So I'm going to be over more or less. I mean, obviously it's casting a circular area on the map. So what I would do then really would be to get a pen or something like that, something small, and just ask to be shown, do the axis thing within that space. So I would go along, and then you'd go, okay, and there it is, right? There it is. There's the response, it's right on there. Now, hopefully that has made some sense. Dowsing is an incredibly powerful tool, but it does require trust. It really does require trust. And although I work with houses and I work with floor plans, I am not experienced at finding lost people, lost pets, lost things. And even for me, I can get it wrong. It can be inaccurate, which is actually, quite frankly, quite annoying. Now, the other thing you can do, which is quite fun, is if you're looking for something, you can use exactly the same principles. Okay, so this is a car. Right. Let's say you've lost something in the car, right? So you can just draw a simple sketch of your car. Clearly, that's not a terribly good sketch. But what you would do, the bigger the better, really. But again, use exactly the same principle. You go along one axis, looking for it with your pendulum working. We're going to pretend, right? This is not real dowsing, this is pretending. But you'd simply go along one axis, and then, okay, and then the pendulum would move, and then you drop down, and there it is. That's the thing. So you would know to look, and you would then ask, is this item that we're looking for? So let's say it's a set of keys. Are these house keys on the driver's side of the car, on the floor, or are they on the, right? And you get a response. Are they on the driver's side of the car? There we go. That's how to do it. So you can do the same thing. I know this started off as being map dowsing, but you can do exactly the same thing. Sorry about the drawing. If you're looking for, you've got to feel sorry for this person. Issues with a person, right? You can do exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same process. You go across looking for, again, demonstrating, not real dowsing. You go across, okay, and then you come down, okay, and there. That's the issue that they have, which in that instance, obviously, is probably going to be their heart. All right. So the principles of map dowsing are basically using one hand as the pointer or a pen as a pointer and paying attention to what the pendulum does. But all the time, your focus is not on those things. Your focus is on what you're looking for. So I hope that's helped. Some very simple techniques for map dowsing. Till next time, take care now. Bye-bye.